Hey guys, it's Kim, aka K Rants. So I thought I would come on here and do a video because I was switched to Cellcept or mycophenolate. I actually started taking the pills today. I'm supposed to do one tablet twice a day for the first week, and then take two tablets twice daily next week, and then 3 tabs twice daily to continue for my scleroderma. My rheumatologist and I have been discussing, I guess, like me switching off of the methotrexate. I've been on methotrexate since like February of 16. No, I'm sorry, I'm lying. February of 17. And I do think that it helped, but I think that, I needed to get off of it. I mean, it was chemo. This is chemo too. A low-level chemo, I think immunosuppressant. She said I don't have to take the folic acid with this, but I'm going to continue to take it anyway because I did have my labs, and I do have like a B12 folate deficiency, and I have Raynaud's as well, but I'm anemic. So I don't see where continuing on with the folic acid will hurt. Is anybody else on Cellcept? I mean, there's 2 bottles right here. This is intimidating, I mean, I was a little apprehensive about switching over from like one immunosuppressant to another, but a lot of people have said that Cellcept helped them better as far as with scleroderma, and they got better results. Especially like, I guess, like if you have lung involvement, Cellcept is supposed to be the drug of choice over like the methotrexate. And apparently, the side effects are not as bad, even though they are bad. I mean, like there are some rare side effects that were kind of scary, like some type of brain encephalopathy, which I was like, oh wow. Obviously, you've got the nausea, the vomiting, dry mouth, and I mean, it depends on who you are. But I literally just took it today. I was kind of apprehensive. I was like, oh, I don't know. But I was like, I'll see. Hopefully it won't take as long to see some market improvement if, it's going to be helpful. Because the methotrexate, like I said, I was on that for almost 2 years. I think if I would have continued on, February of 19 would have been 2 years for me. So I will definitely keep you guys posted about these. And what else? I'm still going to probably do a lot of more as far as like dietary changes are concerned. I think that's probably one of the most beneficial things that I've personally done. I think that we all should probably make some like drastic changes in our diet, but I know that it's difficult. I kind of try to go off of the 80-20 90-10 rule, which is basically 80 to 90% of what I consume is plant-based. I try to limit meat. I really don't do pork and beef at all. Sugars, processed sugars, I try to like kind of do that like for special occasions. So obviously the holidays are coming up. Maybe a birthday or something like that, but I really don't try to eat a lot of processed sugars, cakes and pies, which I mean, I love sweets. I'm a foodie, so it was very difficult. I mean, but I've seen a lot of good things happen with that. Also, I wanted to ask you guys, has anybody like had like their labs done and like your SCL 70 IgG marker, which is supposedly the antibody or antigen or whatever you call it that's supposed to come back or be detected if you have scleroderma? Mine was like not even there. It was 0. It was like in normal range. I mean, and then they have like, I think the anti-Jo 1, which I think is supposed to be the marker for rheumatoid arthritis. I don't have that, which I knew that early on, but I just literally had tests done about a week and a half ago. And I'm like, okay, well, if the scleroderma marker is coming up negative, well, what the hell do I have? Obviously, I have ANA detected, which is like dramatically decreased from the original time that I got diagnosed, because I first went to the emergency room for chest pain back in May of 16. And so they did an ANA test on me, and it was like 1 of 5,000, whatever. And I don't necessarily know specifically what that means. Hopefully you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. But the level was 5,000. So apparently normal ANA is supposed to be like 80 or something like that. So mine was like 5,120. So this last test I just had a week and a half ago, it was, I think, 1280. So that's a dramatic decrease, but it's still too much over 80. But, you know, I can tell the difference as far as like how I can move and stuff like that. I'm not as bogged down. So I don't know. I mean, because my diagnosis, because I have 2 rheumatologists now. She basically said I had Crest syndrome, which, okay, I guess that's like the less progressive form versus the diffuse scleroderma. And then I have Crest syndrome and, oh God, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, I have Crest syndrome. So I don't know if that makes a difference as to why the SCL70 IgG marker didn't show up or not. Oh, that's what it was. She said I had Crest syndrome / mixed connective tissue disease. So I'm wondering, okay, is the mixed connective tissue disease really what I'm like? Is that more prevalent than the scleroderma? Because I mean, there are some times where I do feel like, okay, maybe it's lupus, maybe it's this. I think in my last video, I told you guys I had my rheumatologist run a test on me for ankylosing spondylitis, which that came back negative. So the only thing I think I haven't been tested for is polymyositis. And I'm just thinking about like all of the prevalent rheumatic illnesses. My mom had that. That was one of her primary diagnoses before she passed away. But, and I do have muscle weakness. So I don't know if that's something that maybe I should explore more. But I was just wondering, like, does anyone struggle with just, like, feeling like they really don't have scleroderma, but it's, like, something else? Anywho, what else is going on? I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to stay positive. I feel like I'm improving, but obviously I'm not at the place that I want to be. Only thing I can say is I'm trying to stay positive, and so I would appreciate it if you guys just commented and like really I want to know like what are you guys like, what's your experience? How do you feel about like the medicines that you've taken? What's worked? What hasn't worked? Like did the methotrexate work? Did the steroid work? Are you on a steroid? Like I know even this last visit, my doctor was trying to tell me to go back on the Plaquenil because I weaned myself off of that completely and I stopped taking it back in March of this year. And so she was like, well, you know, you need to take it. And I told her, you know, I didn't want to continue on because I was having like blurred vision and stuff. And so she she wrote another script for it and sent it back over to CVS, and I was like, I'm not gonna get it. So when I picked this stuff up, I just told him, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get it because I just don't want to be on a lot of drugs. I mean, I want to have a holistic approach to trying to be better, but I don't want to just rely on drugs. And I think a big part of that is because before my mom died, she had like a actually a couple of Ziploc freezer bags of just medicine. And, you know, one medicine did this and one did that. All of them had side effects. All of them, you know, kind of caused other things. Because I know a lot of you were telling me about the methotrexate and like the lung involvement. And thankfully, knock on wood, I did not experience that. But I mean, it's just something that we always have to be concerned about is, okay, if we take medicine X, is it going to give me Y and Z as a problem? And it's like now I'm still dealing with X and I got to go figure out how to take care of Y and Z. And I just, I'm over that. I don't want to do it. So I was very, very leery about this. But, you know, I'm going to just have some faith and just be like, all right, let's try it out and see, because I'm just not at a point where my body is going to allow me to be great. So, there's that. What else? I guess too, like if anyone has had like any supplements that they use that they feel has really helped, that would be helpful. Um, Environmental factors, obviously, keep your stress low. I do really want to talk about mental health as it pertains to having any type of chronic illness, but that's just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not confident enough to talk about it, but I just think that emotionally and mentally, like these last couple of years have been hell. I've contemplated so many different things about life, and I think I even have a different perspective just as far as like death. Like, because I think your quality of life is just diminished so much that you really do. I will say I'm not scared of dying. Like, I don't want to die, but I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like, what is life if you're not enjoying it, if you're not living it to the fullest? And I don't think that people really understand that, because a lot of my friends that don't have any type of real health issues going on, they say sometimes, oh, you're so dark, you're so whatever. Why would you say that? Don't talk like that. And it's not that I'm being dark or negative, but it does put things in perspective for you. Like, wow, like I've got a 12-year-old son. I want to be here to see him graduate from high school, get married, have kids, or live whatever his best life is going to be. But I want to be able to enjoy it. I mean, it's, I kind of like when you think about people on life support and the family members. Do you keep the person on life support just to keep them physically here? Or do you let them go on and cross over to whatever realm that they're going to go to? Because how much of a quality of life is that? And so for me, I just feel like I value quality of life over just, I guess, human existence. I don't want a machine breathing for me. I don't want to be limited in what I can and cannot do. So I don't know what your guys' thought about that is. I don't know if you feel that that's too dark or too deep, but I do think that mentally that's something that a lot of us have to kind of come to grips with, is that one day I may not be here, and you think about all of the silly, stupid crap that you maybe would have been upset about, or even all the stuff that you do get upset about because you're frustrated because you can't do simple shit. Excuse my French, but you can't do simple stuff. Like, oh, if I want to just scratch the top of my head, for me personally, that shit's hard. Like, I have to like lean over, do this, because my arms are all bogged up and messed up, and it's not a nice thing. And then like for both men and women, because I mean, we live in a very vain society. Physically, like the damage that this disease does, I mean, everything from just the skin involvement to the weight loss, the facial, changes. It's like, what the hell? This is not me. Who is this person that I'm staring back at and looking at in the mirror? And it just, especially when you're younger and you're still in dating age, or you haven't married or anything, that shit is horrible. And I'm just being honest with you guys, and I don't mean to kind of go off and whatever, but I'm a social worker. I know I've told you guys that before, but I mean, I work in mental health. Mental health is like my love. I love anything dealing with, social and emotional interaction, environmental factors, and all of the things that kind of make up our behaviors and why we do what we do, how we handle stress, trauma, and all of those things. And having this is just kind of even forced me to deal with a lot of my own personal things and personal issues and skeletons in my closet. And I'm just like, man. So anyways, I don't want to sound too sad about it, but I really am hopeful and I'm prayerful that this is gonna be an even better treatment option to coincide with everything else that I'm doing to change in my personal life, as far as like the dietary changes and the supplements. And so, I hope that you guys gain something from watching my videos. I hope that you guys stay positive. And if you need to vent, I promise you, just reach out. I try to comment and respond to all comments. And if you have anything you want to talk about, just comment and let me know. I mean, I'm here to talk about the struggle because I'm going through it with you. So anyways, that's all. I just want to tell you guys that I'm on Cellcept. I literally just took my first pill, empty stomach, and then I'm supposed to take a second one today. And so I'll probably come back in a week after I finish the full 7 days and just kind of let you know like what I felt and how I've been feeling, and any type of side effects that I may have experienced after these 7 days. So anyways, thanks for watching. Of course, obviously like, comment, subscribe. I'm Kim, aka K Rinse, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye.